How do you know what you're capable of? Do you really think about it that much? Or is there a slight resignation to just be the way you are for the rest of your life? Some of the things that we say can get into our brains and kind of sit there and manifest into our reality. One of the biggest ones I can think of right now is you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And we take that to mean us. To believe that once we get to a certain age, that's it. We're never going to change. This is just who I am. And I don't believe that. Here I am reinventing myself on a daily basis. If you sit here and watch these videos from the first one I did, in mid-January, now into the first week of March, there's a progression there. There's a change. And I want to thank you for watching these changes because I'm reinventing myself. I'm completely changing the course of my life in the span of 2 years. And that's a pretty amazing thing. If you go for the last 20, I was on the same path. Like I keep saying, up until about, early 2014, so just, 2 years ago, from this point back then, I thought I was going to have to work till I was 65 and then get another job so I can keep working. And now I'm not going to work past 45 on anything that I don't want to do. Because I know my potential. I know how to raise that lid on my potential. Back when I was having panic attacks and I was in the midst of it and not being able to move anywhere because I was just terrified. I have a panic attack at the restaurant. I have a panic attack at my girlfriend's house. I have a panic attack in a grocery store. It's like the only place I felt safe was in my room. That's no way to live. And I've always prided myself on learning how to do things. And the thought came to me from somewhere, when I wanted to be a good mechanic, I learned from the best. And I was like, who can I learn from? Who can I learn from? So I started looking and I searched online and I just watched all these um, spiritual self-inquiry meditation things about working with your thoughts and your emotions. So that, 2012, maybe 2011, I was able to know the last time that I was having a panic attack for no reason at all. It just came on all of a sudden like. I was able to sit there and just watch it. I didn't react. I didn't do anything. I didn't get involved. All I did was I sat back and I was behind my eyeballs just watching everything, if you could visualize that. Completely detached. Watched my body go through the motions of cold sweats and the heart racing and the heightened senses and tunnel vision. People talking, but it just fades out. Looking at one thing, vibrant colors. Watching it come in full strength and then watching it go out and just dissipate. And just being like, yeah, that was amazing. Taking something that was such a crazy, terrorizing, just a horrendous thing that I had going on for 12, 13 years. And to be able to have that build up to a point where I said enough is enough and I grew out of it and I grew past it and I was able to sit through it and not interact with it. And I've never had one again. I didn't really pick up that, I could use that potential that I had to learn and overcome something so devastatingly powerful till maybe, the last 4 months or so, 3 months or so, 2 months. Now I'm using the powers that I have of being able to raise the lid on my potential to go for exactly what I want. Not going to work past 45 on anything that I don't want to do. I know that I am limitless. Limitless. I know that's a book somewhere. Something out there. I know it. I've heard it before. Limitless. We are limitless. I know not everybody looks at personal development like I do. If there's any place that you want to go that's more than where you are now, guess what? You have to develop more. Personal development. If you want to keep getting the same reactions and the same slow pace and, just crawling along, don't change. Just stay the same. But if you want to slowly incline and compound that to where it takes off, personal development all day long, every day. That's what I do. That's what I do. I know not everybody looks at it the same. It's the same as I always say when I'm supervising guys that are in the shop and people look at each other and say, why is he looking at the car like that? No mechanic looks at the car the same way. They all attack it differently. Whether it's from an oil change to diagnostics for a check engine light, every mechanic looks at a car the same way and starts at a different point. I don't know why the diagnostic process is one way, but so everybody looks at it differently, but they all come to the same conclusion. That's fine. Everybody looks at life the same, a different way, but we're all going to come to the same conclusion. So however you want to do it, that's fine. I think this is one of the better ways, but that's just my opinion. So I'm taking my potential for everything I do to the umpteenth level because I'm focusing only on the things that I want and only on the things that will get me to what I want. Focusing only on the development of myself to get me where I want. If that's all you ever focus on, you're going to get what you want. Yeah. What do you feel is your potential? How do you look at your life and where you can go? Do you think you're going to be in the same place all for the rest of your life and that's it? It's not going to get any better? You can't teach an old dog new tricks? I don't believe that. I'm going to learn new tricks for a long time, especially snowboarding and mountain biking. Oh, I can't wait to go. But that's a different thing. How do you look at your potential? Think about it. Think about it. Start looking at the areas of your life where you can use some improvement. And don't just say, oh, well, that's just the way it's going to be. Look at it with different eyes. What can you do to improve? I know what you can do.